Gospel of Being Live. This is a live stream where my aim is to help people have a direct encounter with God. But today, I have my daily bread. And the daily bread that I get comes from what God tells me every day. But I don't tell you everything He told me every day. I tell you what He told me to tell you today. So, which is a really interesting thing. So today, this may not be a very long conversation. This can only reach maybe one person, two people, but it actually reaches every single person, which is kind of funny. Every single person sees everything in the end, which I'm not here to argue, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to make a statement that I want you to pray about. Pray about this. What you need to know today, if you're hearing this, is every single bit of pain and suffering that you feel, anybody has felt in any time, whether it be in this life or the next, God feels it. Okay? God feels every single bit of it. Not a single person who's in pain does God not feel. He's there with you through all of it. And sometimes you might feel like you're being punished, like you're going through something that's really terrible. Or you might be going through something that's really great. Whatever it is. God is with you and feels it too. He's not just in a cloud somewhere giving you advice. God's there with you, feeling what you feel. Even in the darkest pit of hell. And actually, that only took like 2 minutes. So I'm going to give anybody a chance to tell me how they feel. Or tell me their testimony, if you got a testimony. Or if you disagree because the Bible says otherwise, whatever you want to say. But at the moment, this is going uncontested. If you do need facts to prove it to you, biblically, Jesus says, what's done to the least is done to me. That's the fact. I think it's really interesting how this is going. God's got a pretty funny imagination. So what you need to focus on, guys, when you're in your darkest time, you're taking God for a ride. Guys, or you could say God's riding you. You're suffering, He's suffering. What can you do to turn that around? And turn your suffering into a celebration of love for God. Because He's going to feel that too. He's going to feel it when you're loving somebody else. He's going to feel it when you're praising somebody else. He's going to feel it when we commit acts that make us shameful. He feels all of that. There's nothing that you're going through, guys. Not a single thing that God doesn't feel. Even the evil stuff. It bothers Him. Even the good stuff. Guys, God feels it all. God is there. Wherever you're at. No matter how much pain you're in. Or how much love you're in. So, now that you know that God feels what you feel, what should you do with that? Guys, I recommend laughing. I recommend celebrating. I recommend praising. I recommend doing whatever you can, guys, to not just ease your own pain, but ask God to ease your pain and to turn that into joy and celebrate what you've been given. Holy cow. Well, that is it. 4 minutes. You guys have a really good day. And that is the message. God is here with you. God feels everything you feel. God feels everything you're going to feel. And every single person, if you believe in hell and you believe in all that, which there's nothing wrong with believing in whatever you're going to believe, He'll feel that too. He'll feel all of it. Every single person being punished, in whatever way they're being punished, God feels that. And you think about that today. If you want to. If not, go play Fortnite. But if you're here, that's what God wanted to tell you. He feels what you're feeling. He's on the ride with you. He is the ride, actually. So, let him feel the love. And let you feel the love. And understand what I just said before you judge somebody else. Every person that you feel deserves to be punished forever, you're doing that to Jesus. You're saying, welcome, said hi. Welcome, Sarah Handler. Yes. So even if this message reaches one person, 2 people, I'd like to hear your testimony, whatever you've got to add to this. Everything that you feel or have felt, God has felt it and is feeling it. Ivor VR 1634. This includes all physical pain, all mental pain, all kinds of pain. If you're one of these people who believe 99% of people get thrown into hell, well, God will feel the pain of all of them. All of them, guys. Thank you so much, Mark Fun Jones. I think you get it, man. It's an obsession. Mark Fun Jones, guys, I am inspired by you. If you hang out for just a second, I'll tell you what this is actually inspired by you. I'll let you know in just a minute what I mean. This is a streak of daily bread. Guys, I am attempting to take what I learned from Mark Fun Jones and slowly but surely, this is part of what I've learned from him, right? Is to streak this and add some fun to it. But today I'm going to act like I'm a little more serious and try not to perform. I'm going to try not to perform. I know how hard it is. I'm going to try to be serious because this is serious. This is serious, okay? Let me tone it down. Okay, it's serious. See, I'm being serious. God does feel your pain, seriously. He feels every bit of your pain. You want to punish God? You can drop a brick on your foot if you want to. If God did it to you, if God's like, God threw that brick at my foot. Well, God he threw it at his own foot. Because the Lord says, what's done to the least of them is done to him. See? You get thrown into hell. God himself has thrown himself into hell. In a sense, because he's going to feel every bit of that. Mark Fun Jones, if you run into another believer, you should run this by him. This is worth your entertainment. Some of the things I'm saying, you don't have to believe it, but you can put it to the test. I'm asking everyone to put the stuff that you guys think I'm saying to the test. I'm not a very great performer. I have put that before the cross. I have given up on the idea that I'm the great performer. The great performer rant jams, guys. I'm giving up on that. I mean, I think there is a God. I've done all the right things. This is hard for me to believe. It is. It's a fun thing to test, though, isn't it? If you're angry at God, punch yourself. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. There actually are people who are doing that. Please don't. Please don't. I'll take it back. A bunch of Christians told me hell is a separation from God. That's not true. So, Kelkus, guys, hell is not total separation from God because nothing can be totally separated from God. See, whatever Christian told you that, they have an interpretation of their Bible that their pastor told them that helps them make sense of it. But I can assure you that there is a passage in Psalms, I wish I had the chapter and verse, where King David himself says, God is with you even in hell. Hell. He's talking about the afterworld. He's talking about the equivalent of Sheol, which is like Hades, guys. He's not just talking about like things that are bad. So, yeah, God's there. The separation from God is only like you're trying your very, very best not to notice. That's it. Well, that's a contradiction. Better to not believe it at all. Sure. You don't have to believe that. You just asked me about the doctrine. You don't have to believe a single thing I'm saying if you don't want to. But if you really enjoy bringing like some of these crazy things that I'm saying and throwing them at other believers or throwing them at other atheists or whatever it is, this is a really fun one. This one is really, really fun because you have to get them to explain to you how it's possible that there is a location in this universe that God isn't there. They're going to give you a chapter or verse. They're going to give you some kind of nonsense. Oh, I believe that God can't be over here. Well, they're just as atheist as you are. I just know if I make it to the pearly gate, I'm going to be like okay, yes. Mark Fun Jones, this is just between me and you and whoever's listening. You're already saved, man. Don't worry about it. You've been saved a long time ago. You're saved for reasons that most Christians don't understand. And this is just for you personally. But if you're here for entertainment, which I'm hoping you are, this is the case. I will see you again many, many times, whether in this live stream or in the next. But you are saved because I would take the bullet for you myself. All right. So you're good to go. That means Christ would. Well, that's a contradiction. Oh, yeah, we read that. Okay, so God feels every single thing that you feel. If you believe in an omnipresent, omnipotent, all-powerful God. There is no omnipresent God if you believe he's not in hell. Omnipresence means everywhere. It means you flush him down the toilet, guys. It means he's in your urine. He's in your cells. In the sense that he's there. He's not absent. It's not distinctly that he's not there. He sees all, is all that good stuff. In the sense that if you don't believe he is all, at the very least, he sees all. And he feels all. Man. My goodness gracious. That means, guys, that you go to the bathroom, he's watching you in the John. Guys, watching you on the John. Take a big one for God. Because he feels that. All right? But seriously, when you punish yourself and you punish others, and even when God's punishing people, he's going to feel the punishment himself. That's part of what Jesus on the cross even means. If you believe in that. But even if you don't believe in that, if there is a God, right, there'd be no place where God is not. Is not. I'm not saying God is everything. I'm saying there'll be no place that God is not if there is a God. Which means, I know there's God because I've encountered God. So, he will feel whatever you feel. Your opinion on my situation. Okay, cool. All right, I'm taking you seriously. All right, I'm done with the performance. I'm calming it down. You guys are helping train me, by the way. You're training me because I'm going to build a physical version of the craziest thing you've ever seen. But this is a documentary for that. So I'm going to put that in there in a minute. I was saved and accepted Christ and was baptized as a young adult, and later I just deconstructed the religion, and I lost all credibility for me. Am I saved? Yes. Don't worry about it. You're saved, man. You know how I know you're saved, Kelkus? Because who determines whether you're saved? Is it you or God? Did you save yourself? Can you save yourself? No. No, you can't save yourself. God's already chosen you. Well, if you choose hell, cool, man. God will be there with you. He saved you, even if you go to hell, because you'll be choosing it. And the moment you don't choose it, you're not there. That's how it works. Sweet. What's the point of Jesus' sacrifice? I'm going to explain it. The point of Jesus' sacrifice is for freedom. Jesus freed the Jews from the law. The law. Before, back in the day, they had to follow the law. And the law was the only way. Jesus is option B, which is love. Not the path to salvation. We're not talking about getting saved as much as Christians want to focus on getting saved. We're talking about the path to love. Love is what saves you, not a story. Therefore, if you have love, God is love. If you actually accept the love in your heart, what real love is, and you don't even have to look for God, you can just look for love. And you find the real love, the love of love, that's the God of gods. That's how it works. Do not think I have come to abolish. He didn't abolish the laws, guys. He did not abolish it. He fulfilled it in love.
I'll explain how that works if you want. I'm not trying to argue with Matthew. What I'm saying is that when Jesus was asked again about this, he said, and it's part of the same passage, he said, all of the laws can be summed up into two things. If you can love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself, you've already fulfilled the laws. You don't need to abolish the laws because by default, you'll automatically be doing it, what you're supposed to do. That makes sense? Some can, oh, cool. God just started talking to people a couple thousand. No, God actually talks to people today. You've got to believe that, man, or you're basically an atheist. So these Christians that think that God doesn't talk today, all of them are basically atheists, essentially. Yeah, makes sense. And then I quit because I got one son. I got one Moses. You did? Oh yeah, one of your sons is named Moses. Is it right? Is that true? You got to give me confirmation before you go back to work, Mark Van Jones. Is one of your sons named Moses for real? If that's true, you're good, man. I can prove it to you. I might like privately message you. No, okay, good. All right. If you named one of your sons Moses, you're good. How many? If you have sons though, at all right, you're probably pretty good. You're pretty well off. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Therefore, whoever breaks one of my least of my commandments and teaches others to do the same, they will be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Now, have you heard? The first is last, and the last is first. Heard of that? And secondly, I'm not telling people to break the law. Law. I'm telling them that plan B is to fulfill the law without even thinking about it. You can follow the law without even thinking about it. Not abolish a single one. Only if you walk in love. That right there is the message of Christ. He's like, I didn't come to take the law away. Instead, I told you how to follow the law without even thinking about it. Isn't that cool? Truth claim. I'll be happy. Allah saved him, my father, if it's possible. Let this cup pass for me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. Sounds good to me. That's cool. Many sons read Bible. That's great. Many follower. So, our Islamic friend, he's got new laws, man. He's got some new laws. So he's got a different opinion. Not just opinion. I mean, if it's a divine revelation, he's got that. But the number one thing that matters above all is love. If you discover love, you will discover God. You gotta know what love is. And if you know love at the highest possible level, right, that is the truth. Love can be corrupt. I'm not talking about like weak tea love. I'm talking about the kind of love that is beyond what you can measure. The kind of love where you would go to hell for someone else forever in their place, even if you were perfect. That kind of love. I'm not saying hell is real or fake or in a doctrine or whatever. I just use this as a thought experiment. Would you go to hell forever for someone else and get poked in the butt by a demon and suffer purely because you'll take in the hit for someone else forever? That's a pretty high measure of love. That's not very subjective. That's a pretty, I mean, I could argue this, but like, I don't want to argue, man. My number one argument here, is that you need to ask God on this channel. If I said something that you guys don't feel is true, ask God. Pray to God if you believe in that. If you don't believe in that, plan B is seek out the highest love there is. There you go. Demons will suffer in hell, angels guard hell. Okay. The doctrine of hell. I'm not going to make an argument other than I want to hear what you think. Do you think God is omnipresent? Do you think God sees and feels everything? I imagine that your position is probably not. Right? You probably are skeptical to the idea that God sees everything and feels everything. That's okay, man. I don't have to argue that. But what you should do is you should ask God. You should take everything you believe, all the nonsense I just said, all the nonsense that you learned your entire life about any religion, everything you learned from science every single day, and act like you know nothing, and take at least 10 minutes every morning and ask God. Now, you do this 5 times a day, supposedly. I don't know. I mean, when I say supposedly, I don't mean it derogatory. I mean, I didn't want you to do it. But you do that 5 times a day, I mean, gee, like it shouldn't be that. It should be pretty quick to get an answer. Am I Jewish? It's a good question. I wasn't born into a Jewish family. If I'm Jewish, it would be like by proxy or something. Yeah. But God does feel, if we believe God sees all, hears all, certainly he feels all, which means everybody in torment, God's taking it on the chin. Maybe that's why he's portrayed the way he is. If you don't want to burn your loved ones forever or not loving you back, congratulations. You're more moral than God. Kelkus has a point. You should think about that. Everybody should think about what Kelkus says. I'm not saying you're wrong, man. I'm not arguing that. You've got a great point. You seriously do. There's something wrong about that, isn't there? There's something wrong. What's the solution? Is the solution atheism? I don't think so. The solution is a dodge, man. Because there's evil in the world, whether you're atheist or not. So what are you going to do? You got to take everything you know, take all your science, take all your religion, take all your beliefs, and then go figure it out. God must really hate being able to read our minds. Yeah, they had a movie about that. It was like Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. Where God could like read like, ah! Well, I mean, that's an interesting thing to ponder. It must be tormenting. Who do you think's in greater hell, God or the people in hell? That's a really good question, Eddie Mason. Would you rather be in hell or would you rather be God? Ooh, I should have titled it this. That if I could do this again, which I'm not supposed to strike the rock twice. If I could do this again, I would call this, would you rather be in hell or would you rather be God? As a thought experiment. If you're God, you see and feel everything in hell. And everybody else. And all their thoughts. And all that. If you're in hell, at least like, you're just being tortured for eternity. One person. Take the hit, no matter what they do to you. If you're one individual, that wasn't so bad. It'd be a lot worse if you're taking the team for everybody. Taking it. That sucks, man. You'd rather be God. You'd rather feel all that. Not only do you have to feel all the pain of everybody, Eddie. This is funny. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just giving you like this is kind of like The Price is Right or Deal or No Deal or whatever. You got option A or option B. But not only do you got to feel every single person that you punish, you get to feel all the pain. Then guys, people are going to ask you for stuff. And they're going to be whining and whining and whining. Are you going to tell them all yes? I'm sorry that I'm performing too much. I'm lowering it down. All right, here we go. I like to think we'll die and we're just taking a VR headset off. I think that's pretty close, man. Eddie, you're pretty enlightened. That's pretty close. Pretty close, man. You got a lot closer than I thought you would. You humbled me here. Mark Fun Jones. The only way to not be an atheist is all the gods or me, like, just not be sure about any of them. Yeah, you can be agnostic. There's no true atheist, but you can pretend like you don't know. But there is an answer for that. But I will say, the answer is called direct experience. Direct experience is the answer. You've got to call out God. You're like, I don't know. I'm calling you out today. And just keep doing that. And if God doesn't answer, what are you going to do? Throw you in hell because you didn't answer? You got to actually really listen, though. Like, you can't just be like, I'm calling you out. You go to Judgment Day, right? It's like, God, I called you out every day. Where were you? And God be like, you weren't listening. You got to actually listen. All right, that's how you clear your slate. You clear your slate by calling out God. That's how you do it. Then you have to worry about it. But I tell you, Mark Fun Jones, you are saved. You don't worry about that. You're good. This is all for fun. I think Mark Fun Jones gets it. I was playing, I'm playing a character in a way, all the way up until the point where the purpose of this is, which is I want people to lean heavily on their direct experience over religion or the hallucination of science. The hallucination of science is believing other people's facts without testing them right now. Okay? If we actually do that, you will find the truth about God very quickly. Or you'll call him out and he won't show up. He wants you to call out to him. The Bible says so. Let's call him out, call him out, call him out. Say his name, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, many people are going to say his name, but they say his name to get him to do things, but they're not saying his name like, hey, where are you? And wake up the next day, you want a clean slate again? Act like you don't know anything? God, where are you at? You think somebody like God who hears everything you say is not going to answer that eventually? Enjoying hanging out and good seeing you, Mr. Jazz. Much love around the globe. Yes. Yes, I feel so much better. Just you coming in here. That really helped too. And so did Eddie. Eddie had some really good stuff. God doesn't have human emotions. Are you sure? Ask him.
Ask him. Even if he does, whether he has human emotions or not, whether we're arguing that doctrine or arguing at all, if we concede 100% that God sees, hears, and feels everything that could be felt, that's not a human emotion. But surely, the pain of everybody being punished, this can't be that pleasant. I would imagine. Maybe God's into that. You should really think about it. I'm thinking about it. That's why that was the thought of the day. If you're really into this craziness, if you're really into like me saying things out there to help people discover the truth about the nature of God. In my case, I'll tell you my experience is I encountered God directly, and that's why I'm doing this. But there is an element of it where I'm performing and I'm having too much fun with it. And I've got to figure out how to turn that down. People don't buy it. Mark Fun Jones, no, they don't buy it. They ain't buying it if I'm having too much fun. So I've got to figure out how to make this less of a performance. I'm working on it. I ask you guys to pray for me so I can break character. I got my bald head. Guys, I got my glasses on. I'll take my glasses off. I'll be as real as possible. All right? Be as real as possible with you guys. I'll see you guys next time on the Gospel of Being Live.